Coach Prime, right, went into surgery last week and last year, to have blood clots removed from both of his legs to stimulate blood flow through both of his legs because he suffers from a condition that he has called hammer time, where he needs two toes that, well, are hindering his blood flow to get more blood flow, or he's going to have those amputated. Look, he has needed daily foot massages to stimulate blood flow in that left foot. He uses a Segway to get around. He uses a scooter to get around. He uses a cart to get around. But even those things allowed for blood clots to happen. He had those things removed, and he still needs to have a surgery to get the hammer toes, hammer time. Sorry, I could not resist. Fixed. All right. So he had that surgery on Friday. He's fine. He's going to get back to work here in a little bit. But I thought it was funny that we're already talking about him having to lose the foot, right? That's how big the rumor got. He had to go to the YouTubes to tell everybody what's really good. He's expected to make a full recovery and be back with his team by preseason camp. Now, this is where it gets thick. Prime turns 56 in August, okay? I say that to say Nick Saban had hip replacement surgery in April 2019. At the age of 67, the same day, he played 18 holes of golf, okay? By the next day, he was back in the office grinding, all right? That's the shot. Here's the chaser. Since we're here, I'm going to tell you that, one, Prime is no stranger to major surgery because he's a football player, and he has got off to one of the best starts any head coach has ever seen in college football history, especially when you take into account his contemporaries. He's 27-6 in 2.5 years, first 3 seasons really, at Jackson State, and he won Coach of the Year in year 2. He won 2 conference titles, and he played in the he coached in the national championship game twice. Now, check this out. Lincoln Riley went 36-6 in his first 3 years, 3 conference titles, 3 double-digit win seasons, and not a single national title game appearance, though he made the college football playoff all 3 of those years. He was also handed the keys to a Ferrari, or more to the point, to a Red Bull 2022 version, stand up, and was told to drive it. Couldn't win a national championship with that. Dabo Swinney went 20-15 in his first 2.5 years at Clemson without a conference title, without double-digit win seasons, and without a National Coach of the Year honor, let alone playing in the college football playoff for a national championship. Kirby Smart, 32-10 in his first 3 years, 2 double-digit win seasons, 1 conference title, but again, no National Coach of the Year honor, and an appearance in the national championship later, 1-2 cents. Nick Saban was 21-13-1 in his first 3 years as a head coach at Toledo and Michigan State. Didn't put together a double-digit win season in any of those 3 years, and did not win a bowl game for his first 3 bowl appearances. We're talking about losses. We're talking about losses in 1990, 95, and 96, all right? We'll get more into that, but Saban never won a Big Ten conference title, right? Didn't win his first conference title until year 8 as a head coach at LSU in 2001, and his first National Coach of the Year honor, or the Paul Bear Bryant Award, in year 10, 2003, which is the same year he won his first national championship. In that same stretch of time, from 1990 to 2003, Prime won 2 Super Bowls, made 8 All-Pro teams, and won NFL Defensive Player of the Year. But RJ, Prime ain't won a bowl game. You right. Again, Nick Saban didn't win his first 3. And Prime's 2 losses were in the national championship game. Nick Saban lost the 95 Independence Bowl, the 96 Sun Bowl, and the 97 Aloha Bowl. In one of those games, he was blanked 38-0 by Stanford. Okay? Now, if you're asking why I'm comparing these 2 former defense backs turned ball coaches to one another, I'll say, look no further than those Aflac commercials that they be doing together when they do their Crockett and Tubbs routine. Miami Vice, stand up. And Prime is the only coach listed here. Lincoln Riley, Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, Dabo Swinney, who has won double-digit games in his first 3 seasons, won a conference title, 2, and appeared in the national title game in his first 3 years. Not Saban, not Riley, not Swinney, not Smart. Why I think this is interesting is because when draft season came around and we were comparing North Dakota State's Trey Lance to Ohio State's Justin Fields, y'all thought that was just fine. But if I tell you about what Deion Sanders had accomplished at Jackson State, a place most of y'all didn't even know was on the map in his first 2.5 years, to what Clemson did in the ACC, somehow you want to catch some feelings. Prime, he just does it to y'all like that. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.